All right, my good people, I'm back. And what did I just binge watch the other day? Well, you might be able to guess. DOTA Dragon's Blood Season 2, and it was explosive. Dude, was it an incredible season. I didn't think that they could top Season 1. Season 1 was incredible. I didn't think they could top it. And they did because there was so much going on. So much. I mean, so much. So, spoiler free here for a hot second. Uh, the action was on point. Um, the ending, you need to watch it. Uh, the the plots, the different intertwining of the characters, and the plot progression, the character progressions, the dynamic character, the character changes. Uh, there was a lot going on. There was some awesome insights, some great background on people, background stories. There was just so much this season. Action, but it picked up exactly where season one left off. The same overarching plot. They're on track. Whatever these guys, whatever they're writing, I mean, they're killing it. This show is incredible. I'm there for it. We got some political intrigue, politics going on. Um, Mid season on, so it was just a hell of a step up from season one, which is saying a lot in my opinion. It had everything I could ask for from this series, except it did not have an immediate bingeable season three. So now we gotta wait a year. I can't believe it. But hopefully they get that renewed quickly so they can start making it and we'll have it out in a year. But yeah, I'm loving the show. The dragons are so awesome. I mean, I love it. I love it. So, non spoilers. There you go. Spoiler free. That was spoiler free. Non spoilers. So now we're getting into spoilers here. Um, yeah, I pretty much. I don't have any I mean, I loved it. I love the show. I have a few. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but a few questions. Maybe just like uncertainties. One big uncertainty, and I hope it's done well, but I'll get to that in the end. It's one. We'll see. It's just gonna be interesting on how they do it. But so Davion's, I'll just do character. So there was a lot going on this season. There was so much going on this season. I can't even begin to touch all of it. Uh, I like where the plot's going. They're still focused on Terrorblade, Selemene. She's like the background C plot. I don't really know. Like, I mean, she doesn't really interest me that much. Between her and the elves, I care more about the dragons and Terrorblade and Davion and Moran. I guess Morana's part of it, but I don't know. Selemene, she's okay. I did kind of like how she is kind of like losing devotion. But anyways, there was a lot of introduction of new characters, um, dragon fights. The dragons are just so immense in scale and wisdom and everything. They're just awesome. They're so they're so cool. Okay, I guess the main character, well, one of the main Davion. I like his. He was just on like a quest this whole season, getting captured, getting tortured, fighting for his life with the help of Firmren, or fighting at the keep with Caden, and then eventually escaping to only just saving Firmren as his half dragon dude as has half dragon transformation, and then saving Firmrin, and then only to be saved by a freaking woman riding a dragon, an ice dragon. That was sweet. That was cool. That came out of nowhere, and I totally loved it. I love the huge battle at the Dragon Keep. Yeah, was it the Dragon Keep? The Slayer Keep? The Dragon Slayer Keep. I loved that. That was awesome. How they fought terribly. He's just so any if he finds any ounce of evil in a person or them wanting to cling to life anyway, how he takes full advantage. The dude is tenacious. Um, but that was just a great battle. I had a feeling that gold-plated guy was gonna die. I knew he seemed incompetent. Let me put it that way, because Caden doesn't wash the dirt off where that dude's like afraid of mud. So he had his glow up sword, right? He was chopping some young, whatever you call them, younger dragons. He was chopping them up, and I'm literally writing this in my notes, like I was writing it down. I'm like, this dude's actually a beast. In mid sentence, he gets eaten. Probably seen that coming, but okay. Well, that was short lived, and then Bram takes the sword. But so Davion's whole story, that was just, so they get out of the keep, they defeat the preacher dude. That was they meet the ice dragon and the woman with her. That Aroth, man, I love that dragon. It was freaking awesome. I like she can talk. She pretty much delved into humanity and writing and music and all that, and kept to her cave. That very cool. And then giving Bram a little bit of a power up, and then wife, because doing the whole marriage thing, as he's joking, her play on humor, but she was just a very cool character and a dragon at that, which I thought was awesome. And then the other woman, Nina, I don't remember her name, but I really liked her. And then kind of setting up the next part of the quest, and that's go find Lena at the Helio Empire or whatever. So he was just on this quest to figure out how to get Slyrak to Terrorblade. As far as I don't think they really ever knew where they were going. They just knew that there's a demon. They need to find a way into this demon's dimensional layer and destroy him. So they found themselves onto the World Worm. And then I think at that point we learned about the dragon, just a little bit of lore, but the World Worm, that's just such a cool name. So Davion, Aroth, Bram are on their way to the Helio Empire. Firmrin's on her way to mingle with humans and try to help all the elves kind of stop killing, kind of settle them down a little bit there. So that was what that brought us up to, what, halfway, maybe not quite, but 4 episodes in. Meanwhile, Marana is getting captured. She's running for her life, being a badass the whole way. Her and Luna at the beginning could have died for all I cared, literally. But she's doing whatever she can to survive, being shooting just shooting arrows, hitting every target. Her and Marcy are such a pair. I mean, they're so awesome together. Finding an encampment or a little wooden bunker, whatever, and that was totally obvious that, I mean, it was just in the air that wasn't like they were gonna turn on them. So lo and behold, she ends up getting captured by that assassin and taken to the Helio Empire, where she's to become an acting princess, which was wild, and Marcy's disappeared. Meanwhile, the Invoker, I don't remember his name, but he's made a deal with Terrorblade. and I just love their chess game between each other. I mean, they kind of talk to each other throughout the whole season, but he knows that Terrorblade knows that he knows that Terrorblade knows that he knows what he's thinking about, that they're gonna not act the way he wants because he knows that ahead of time. I mean, it's just so convoluted, but it's just like terrible. He knows how Terrorblade's gonna act because he's just a demon wanting to conquer the world. So you adjust accordingly, and Terrorblade thinks he knows how the Invoker acts because he has seen every reality in which he exists, and he always acts the same. So that was such a cool, just grasp of knowledge. Like, that was just so cool to see all the other Invokers in the other realities. It kind of makes me wonder if they're gonna like go to something like that. That'd be cool to see all the reality versions of the characters that we have. Um, but yeah, so at this point we get Invoker going to the next step. We saw him capture one dragon. Now he's going to try to capture more because time's running out. He made a deal. So he talks to Valrath or whatever. The Chaos Dragon, dude. I did not expect that to go down the way it did. Him capturing the rest of the dragons was like, they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even know, dude. He's the dragon of chaos. That's what he does. He doesn't care if he lives or dies. He's there to bring about chaos. And then he himself gets captured. So now the Invoker's got all seven souls. Slyrak's the only one that he doesn't have. What's he gonna do with them? Because at the end they showed him opening up a book and a diagram of, it looked like all the souls. So he's getting ready to do something, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't, man. It just, that's his little storyline with and then trying to turn Firmin into the new goddess of light, or the moon, but she couldn't kill Selimene. Selimene end up clinging on to the little bit of devotion that her daughter had with her through reading and the teddy bear and everything, and making a comeback. So she's on a warpath at this point in time. Oh boy, there's a lot going on, really. And then so Davion, where he ends up meeting someone that he just has an immediate emotional attachment to. I feel an immediate spark. It's because they're two of the same, and that's Lena. And I immediately shipped them. I'm not huge into romance. I like romance when it's appropriate, and I mean, I was wanting them to like hook up. The Bram, and so now Bram and Aroth, the ice drag. Oh wait, yeah, that was another thing, dude. They landed in that dragon turning into a human. That took me by surprise. But man, she's awesome. Like, just a great character. Like, was really liking her. Just, I was really liking that character. I was hoping, yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Sucks what happened there. Yeah, Bram and Aroth and Lena and Davion going on a double date somewhere, side quest. um, yeah, that'd be so stupid. uh, so Marana and Davion are all in the same place. Davion's looking for the world worm, doing whatever he can to find it. Luna's trying to escape from prison. I liked her whole little prison stint. She had the biggest change. She's the emotional, mental change, or dynamic change, whatever you want to call it. She just, in the beginning, I freaking hated her, and then she started to come around. Like, she, no longer is worshiping Selimene at the end. That was awesome. I hope that goddess loses like all her followers. So it'll be interesting to see where she goes. But there was just so much action throughout. Okay, like, At this point, I could talk for another half hour. But okay, I mean, finding out that Kishnu guy, Kashnu, Marana and his sunbeam, finding out that he himself is a dragon, dude. He's the dragon. He's the void dragon, the dragon of darkness, the darkness that's in between the stars, and his backstory and how he closed his eyes. He was in total darkness and opened his eyes, and there was the world worm or the sun, the two stones which gave him the voice, but the sun. He always looked to the sun, and for thousands of years he's been taking taking care of these people or whatever, and Marana's his favorite, and that's his sunbeam, and he worships her and does whatever he can to help her grow, even if that includes killing his parents, which was wild. But like that whole situation was just. I always liked that dragon whenever they showed him on the platform, but that was like when he awoke, that was incredible. Was so explosive. Like they're in the hallway and he finally grew into this true form. I mean, it was like Godzilla, dude. That was just insanity. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was after he killed Lena. She's regent. She's vying for power, becomes the regent because she does so much good. She's a little chaotic. Tells everybody, Davion, and everyone comes to find out that she is the one who hired the assassin to kill Marana. Um, and then Marana wakes up, but she ends up becoming regent anyways. And that dude can't. He's like, you went too far. That scene where she's like hunched over on the chair, the crown, just reminds me of like a Game of Thrones scene. I mean, she's just like, and everything around her is obliterated. The power that dude has, the power of dark. I mean, that's unbelievable. I wish. Well, he's a dragon turned human, just like the Emperor, just like Aroth or whatever. But I don't know. This is okay. So this is the one uncertainty I have, and that dude was a powerhouse. That dragon, the Void Dragon, like he grew up. When he became huge, he was just. I mean, the Ice Dragon didn't stand a chance. I cannot believe they killed her. I mean, I was hoping she was going to become another member of the band. Uh, oh man, I was hoping she was going to marry Bram. Just, that sucked. But she didn't stand a chance. No one stands a chance. This dude's just a freaking powerhouse, this dragon. And then Cyrac, he comes through. He pretty much, Davion wants to save everyone, to save Marana. So they're in that ethereal plane. He says, you might not come back, Davion, and Cyrac. And Davion says that's okay. And I love that talk, and the one later on about the world worm. I love when they're just, Slyrac's up here and Davion's this little, and they're just talking. They're conversing in that world about Terrorblade and what needs to be done. I thought that was such a cool scene. But Slyrac comes out, and I don't think he barely holds a candle to this dude, like barely. And it just brings to my attention, how are they gonna make it to where it's, yeah, I mean, I feel like he's just gonna get beat down by Terrorblade. How, like, he's all about going to the world war and fighting this demon. How is he gonna stand a chance when he can't even take on this other dragon? I mean, that dragon is I mean, I imagine Marana might step up or step in, but like, how's he gonna? He just seems like he's fighting below or above his weight there, or yeah, like he's not gonna stand a chance. So, hey, they made a hell of a season 2, so I've got faith in season 3. But anyways, so that was an awesome fight. That was awesome. I mean, there was so much death, so much action. Um, Finally, at the end, Marana figures out what she is, touches the globe, and then figures out what she is, makes a point to fight this Kashnu dude. I can't remember his name for the life of me. And while they're fighting, he strangles Marcy and kills her. And I was certain she was going to come back to life, but she didn't. Dude, you talk about a moment right there. Like, why'd they have to kill Marcy? I hope she. I mean, that'd be cool if she came back. I really kind of like don't want her to die, but that was such a moment, like a tear jerking moment. I didn't cry at all. I didn't. No, man. Why do I have to? What a. Yeah. So then, because of that, Marana truly wakes up. Literally turns the Void Dragon into stardust, and Slyrak. At that point, then you got this like this background poem, this song going on with Aroth. Aroth's like last poem. Slyrak gets teleported to the dimension that Terrorbane's in, and that poem's being read, and it's like, oh my god, the emotion, the tragedy. How are they gonna do this, dude? Oh, what a season with the big dragons. I mean, there's so much going on. Yeah, I'm gonna check my notes here to make sure I didn't miss anything, but that ending was just Kashura. Kashura is the dude's name. That whole mystery was wild, and then for him to like, that was one of my favorite dragons too. I mean, I like the electric cloud guy, but that dude, he was just very outspoken, and the little mouse and everything, and then to find out that that's actually him was such a badass. And then it just his story about traveling from a millennia, however long it was, and then taking care of all of these sons. I cannot wait to see how Mirana's gonna wake up, and what she's gonna do. Like, I have no idea where it could possibly even go from here. There's so much. Like, now that she knows she's the World Worm, is she gonna go in there and fight Terrorblade with Slyrak and Davion and give him a massive power up? What's Davion gonna do? He's like no longer special anymore at this point. He's not part of Slyrak, unfortunately. He might be. I don't know how that's gonna work. They might truly be separated now, but is he just emotional support? Because now he's the weakest link, the weakest character, Bram. But like, there's no more dragons to like the World Worm. I feel like she's the Omega. Like, she's like unstoppable. Is she gonna fight the Invoker, get the dragons back, get them on their side to go? Like, I can't. Like, there is so much potential with this new season. I can't wait. It's might be one of my favorite animated shows on right now. I can't say that because I don't remember all of them, but it's hitting on all cylinders. DOTA is hitting on all cylinders. It's just awesome, explosive, great TV. So let me know what you think, and I will catch you on the next video.